Happy Sunday, fun day. Welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Coinbase faces a new lawsuit over alleged investor deception. That's right. We'll also be discussing here's the next price target for Bitcoin as Bitcoin repeats the previous bull market pattern, according to this crypto analyst. We'll also be discussing JPMorgan Chase paying $448 million fine to the U.S. regulators for failing to monitor billions of transactions on the bank's global trading venues. We'll also be discussing 6 to 12 months of parabolic advance on the horizon for Bitcoin, according to the on-chain analysts. We'll also be discussing crypto analysts unveiling a massive Bitcoin price target of roughly $300,000 per coin. I'll be breaking down this flashing chart pattern along with this outlook and time preference. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. Church is officially in session. Shout out to everyone in the live chat, especially our moderators, Devon, Molly, K-Jam, Jennifer. Good to see you guys. Shout out to Dankness as well. Rob C says good afternoon from the UK. UK in the building. Eldorena, welcome family. 300 you say? Bring it. Precisely what I said, family. Don George, welcome to the stream. Ellen Todd, good to see ya. Sunday fun day. Send it, Devon. You already know. Made it. Welcome, Rizzo529. Shout out to the mods, of course, Ellen and Barek. Appreciate you, broski. Good to see you on the stream here today. Beautiful afternoon. It's sunny, sunshine. The first day of non-rain here in Puerto Rico in about a week and a half. So I'm counting my blessings. Shout out Bill Graper. Good to see you, broski. Hey, it's JV. My day off watching you and rained out NASCAR race. Word up. Keep me posted how the NASCAR race goes. How was the Kentucky Derby? Let me know, Jennifer. Hopefully your horse won. Bitcoin, that is. Murky, Mardella. Welcome, Murky. Good to see you. I never made it to the mod announcement. Shout out, Serge. I don't know why that is. Shout out to Serge. It's because I saw a cluster of the mods earlier, and you weren't in that cluster. But, of course, shout out to Crypto Surge. Keeping it 100 each and every day. Much respect. Put $5 on your Knicks for game 1, says Alan. Haven't watched B-ball since Tim Duncan played. Wow. That's around the time I stopped watching basketball. Kudos to the Knicks. Hopefully they win for you guys. Would love to see them in the finals. I heard they're playing the Pacers, and it brought back childhood memories because I remember it was always the Knicks and the Pacers in the playoffs back when they had Reggie Miller, back in the old school. Ahoy, Pirate, shipmates. Ahoy, Greg. Good to see you, bro. Hey, from Tahiti. Shout out Neo from Tahiti. Good to see you, yo. What it do? Welcome, everyone joining us. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Church is in session, as you already know. Preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi, how we do each and every day. Peter, welcome. Heads up, housekeeping. Tomorrow, the schedule is going to switch to, I think we're going to do like 6 p.m., yo. I was hoping to do it closer to 5, but I just found out I'm not going to be available till 6. I'm going to be out all day. I'm going to come home around 5:30, walk the nip, and we're going to be streaming at 6. So late night with JV all week. Late night with JV. So mark down your calendar. No early shows this week. No 12 p.m. streams. No 4 p.m. streams. 6 p.m. If you don't know, now you know. Cavaliers just won their series. Good for the Cavs. One of my horses won. I won $2,000. That went right into Bitcoin. Congratulations. Music to my ears, Jennifer. Which horse was it? Thank you, JV. My pleasure, Molly. Smash the likes. Thanks for the reminder there, Serge. Don, what it do? What it do, Donsky? Welcome, brother.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
You got that right. Sat stacking Saturday, sat stacking Sunday. Why not? We stacking them sats each and every day of the week. Chris, FPV, good evening, broski. Welcome to the stream and everyone just joining us. Let Late streams work for me, JV. Good to note, Devon. Happy to hear that. So yeah, we'll be streaming live 6 p.m. So it'll be a late stream. We'll probably keep it an hour versus 2 hours, being I'm starting so late and it gets dark at that time anyways here. However, it is what it is, just for 1 week, and then we'll switch back to the regular schedule. Mystic Dan won. My other horse came in fourth. Shout out to Mystic Dan. Well done. Nice. Was that the Freedom horse that came in the fourth? And I take it Mystic Dan won. When you say won, like first place, or placed like third, second, curious. And good for you. I'm happy you won 2,000 on it. So well done. Oh, Jennifer, I just made that correction. Correct. Yes. So JC is Jennifer. She changed her username. Don't you know we hit 64,000? Don't you know, pump it up?
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
Yeah, I think we even hit 65 yesterday. Nice little comeback from the low of 56.5, right? Nice little comeback.
You got to pump it up.
If you guys been following the Nippinator indicator, you're in the green.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up.
That's how we do, pumping it up. What do you guys think with the Kendrick Lamar Drake battle? I have Kendrick destroyed. Drake resting in peace right now. That track he dropped yesterday, done. Chase and Freedom came in fourth. Oh, okay, that was the one you were wanting to win. And Mystic Dan came in first. Nice, good stuff. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Throughout the week, the stream will be, instead of 4 p.m. or 12 p.m., it's going to be very late, 6 p.m. The best I can do for you guys. Pumping the 300,000 the cycle. Send it, Ishmael. Bitcoin hitting 75,000 would be the trifecta. Preach. Speaking of 75 G's, baby, it's time. Price discovery. We here. JV always has the best music. Love it. And him. I'm blushing, Molly. Thank you very much. Yes, us old people go to bed after the early bird special. Word. Drake, rest in peace for real, because now he is a certified pedophile, allegedly, according to Kendrick Lamar's diss track, that is. Crazy, because the cover of the diss track is Drake's mansion with all the pedophile, you know what I mean, dots or whatever. Crazy, next level. Even the Drake fans said, Drake, don't respond. Virtually, there's no coming back after that allegation. You know what I mean? Was it a battle to the death? I think, yeah, Kendrick basically killed him, literally. I couldn't care less about them in the battle, but I do believe Kendrick is, yeah, exactly. He's a way better rapper, way better artist, and he dropped like 3 bangers in the past 48 hours. Drake can't keep up, that's for sure. And even Academics, who's the biggest Drake D-rider, said at this point, Drake, don't even respond. There's nothing you can say. It's crazy, yo. JV, if you were a Knicks fan back in the day, you're going to love the new Knicks. They are very exciting to watch. Good to note, Serge. What's going on? Knicks are back on the map. About time. Have they ever won a championship? I don't recall in my lifetime. That's kind of crazy. But yeah. Drake, rest in peace, says Devon. Yeah, yo. So Kendrick dropped his new diss track. It already got 14 million views on YouTube, like within 24 hours. Mind-boggling. And that's not even on Spotify and Twitter. He dropped it everywhere. But yo, is like just next level, yo. There's no defeating Kendrick in that battle. I think in hindsight, J. Cole did the right thing, bowing out of the battle. For real, for real. All of Drake's songs sound the same. Exactly. Here's my thing. Diss tracks don't need to be hit records. You don't need to be making them dance in the frickin' diss track, right? We don't need all those melodies. We get it. Drake is very good with the melodies, but we just need bars. And that's exactly what Kendrick delivered with the most sickest West Coast beat I've heard in a very long time. Killed it. Right? And you can see all the DJs of the clubs all bumping it, all the West Coast going crazy because it's like us versus them type of ordeal. And then they were playing the Drake. They showed clips of playing Drake at the club, and they're all booing it. Granted, it was the West Coast, but hey, you know Kendrick is West Coast. Yeah, good evening, Joannas. JV, we going to 300 today? I hope so. John, bull run coming and Drake is going. Precisely. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, including Sundays when church is in session, just like this. Also important to pump the likes. It helps pump the stream and helps out tremendously with the YouTube algo. Today is pod episode number 1630. I'm your host, JV. It's May 5th, 2024. And church is in session. So let's get right into it, shall we? Bitcoin, nice recovery yesterday. I think we recaptured 65 range after hitting a low of, what was that? 56.5 just a couple of days ago. And Bitcoin's maintaining right now, still above 64,000, as we can see here on Coin360. Also Ether in the green, trading above 3,100, while Solana, Cardano, and XRP are pulling back in the red, along with Drake. Anyways, checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're sitting at a 2.37 trillion market cap with 51 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance 53.4%, with the Ether dominance still on the decline, back in the 15% range, sitting at 15.9%. How high do you feel Bitcoin Dom will climb for this cycle? Let me know in the chat. Also, how low or high do you think the ETH dominance is likely to take us? Holla at your boy. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours. We got AKT up 18%. We got Arweave 12%. And WorldCoin, the infamous one that was stealing your retinas, trading at up 10% on the day. Below that, we got Render, Near, Ajax, FET, Atom, and GRT. Now, which alts are you guys most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get more of that visual perspective of the market. Mixed bag. It's safe to say. I'd say like half the coins are in the green, half the coins are in the red. But zooming out on the monthly for a more broader perspective, definitely most of the alts have been wrecked in the past 30 days, as you can see in your screen. Blood red, yo. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're still in greed, 69, same as yesterday. Last week is 65, and last month is 79 in extreme greed. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Where do you feel the price action is likely to take us this month of May? Let me know. Do you think we'll recapture price discovery at 73.8, which we hit back in mid-March? Let me know. And welcome everyone joining the stream. Doge it 100. Doge it Tommy. Tommy Doges it. Still like my Tron. Right on, Jennifer. Sheba for Ellen Todd. Thank you for sharing. Howdy, Steve. Anyone bullish on stacks? Let me know. I am pretty much giving up on Cardano. Just want to go it up, even when I can trade out of it. Right on, Barek. Did you lose faith in Charles Hoskinson there? Still big with the Swift coin. Anything to do with the Taylor Swifters, the Swifties? I hope not. Sheba, what up, what up? I remember the story where Taylor Swift refused to become an ambassador to FTX. So she's smart to some degree. I still like CRO because I get rewards with the card. Right on. I remember CRO before it was CRO. It was a different project name, and then they renamed it. So, yeah. HOTL. HOTL, is that a coin? The HOTL? If GBTC is done dumping, watch out. We hope so. I think they still got 300,000 biddies, so we'll see if they hold them. I am New York, so it's kind of slim picking. Right on. Understand, you get very limited options. I think New York deems everything a security except Bitcoin. For real. Bought Tron back when it was a penny. Word. Where's Tron at now? Doge, don't you dare get caught without it. 100. Now, are you bullish on Doge because you're an Elon D rider, or you don't care for Elon, you just like Doge? I'm curious. Not associated with Taylor Swift. Good. But actually, if it was associated with Taylor Swift, it'd probably be 100x in all reality. JV, don't you be disparaging Tata. Who the hell is Tata? Please. And look, Nipsey, the Nipsonator indicator, live and in the flesh. Last time he did this, Bitcoin pumped $2,000 within 24 hours. You know what I mean? Just saying. For what it's worth. Yeah, so let me know who the Tata is. JV, was that Lamar Track ID? Yeah, you got to check out the Lamar Track next level. Just go to Kendrick Lamar's YouTube or Twitter. You'll see it. It was the last thing he posted. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, the name of that, the track. I think they not like us or something. It's something like that. They not like us. Nip signals in the background, and by far the best rap diss track I have heard in the past decade. Easy. The only one that can come to mind is Hit 'Em Up, the infamous Tupac track, right? However, I mean, this is next level-ish. Next level. And the track is fire. I listened to it like 15 times yesterday. I couldn't stop, just on repeat. It's that good. Pause, rather. 75,000, May, 83,000, June, 89,000, July, 93,000, August, 100,000. For real. I am feeling AVAX, says Steven. Thank you for sharing. Right on. Elon D-Rider. Just saying, there's a lot of D-Riders, especially when it comes to Elon. Look at Nipinator. Look at that. Nipinator indicator. That's pretty amazing. Nipsey never disappoints. Nipsey says hello to the entire stream. Appreciate it, Nip. If you get another indicator during the stream, don't be shy. We're waiting it. Of course, you got a big audience here watching. You know what I mean? So we appreciate it. Keep channeling Satoshi and do what you do best. What up, Chris? You're about to make me pause the stream and go listen. You may have to, Barek. I wish I can play it, but I refuse to because, copyright. It wouldn't do it no justice because I'd have to stop every 5 seconds. Even Academics, he was playing it, repeat. And then on the live, there was like 90,000 people on that stream yesterday. And he got taken down for obvious reasons, copyright. Sorry, kids, we yelling. What is that track ID keep talking about? They not like us. I think it's something like that. They not like us. Nipsey indicator is pointing up. Don't know what the ID is, K-Jam. They not like us, I think is the name of it. Again, it's the last thing Kendrick posted, unless he just dropped another one. If he keeps dropping them against Drake, good Lord. There's even NBA players removing their images from Instagram with Drake because they don't want to be associated with an alleged pedophile. Because again, according to Kendrick Lamar, he's a certified pedophile. And you have to listen to the track to understand what I'm coming from. But anyways, didn't Cat Williams warn us? Did he not? Howdy, fam. Shout out to Dankness. Good to see you, broski. Now the party can get started. Let's dive into a little TA, a little astrology for men for the broskis. Here you go. Bitcoin's price can see a bullish trend reversal and propel the next leg up if popular trading indicator known as the inverse head and shoulders pattern gets confirmed, according to the analysts Matthew Highland, quoting him here. If we don't break straight through 67.5, then something like this forming over the next month would make sense for a bottom pattern reversal. He's referring to the inverse head and shoulders pattern, the bullish indicator that signals the downtrend is easing and buyers are becoming more dominant in the market. Quoting him again, it would be great setup to propel next leg up. He declared, next leg up, send it. And although it is crucial, Bitcoin holds above its short-term hodler price of 59.5 to maintain the bullish trend, anonymous crypto analyst and co-founder of CMCC Crest, Willy Woo, the on-chain analyst himself, shared the following. The setup appears when Bitcoin's price forms three troughs because a so-called neckline resistance below it, with the middle otherwise known as the head, deeper than that, the left and the right shoulder. So as the Bitcoin price has slightly rebounded from the head of 58.6, May 1st, if the pattern continues as Highland's model suggests, it will find support around the second shoulder at 60,000, which is also a key psychological support level. The decline would represent a 5% from the current price of currently 64,000. So drop into this level could liquidate 530 million worth of long positions, according to CoinGlass. However, again, we had a nice recovery. We're currently sitting at 64. So the likelihood of dropping back under that key psychological level of 60 Gs, not the most probable outcome in my opinion. And according to Highland's model, Bitcoin may rise above the neckline and exceed the current all-time high of 63.8 by June, re-entering price discovery. And on top of this, buyer interest in the crypto market is slowly increasing, as I pointed out, in the crypto greed and fear index sitting at a 69. Now, meanwhile, some traders expect Bitcoin price to remain stagnant in the near term, but they don't necessarily view this as a bearish signal. Quoting Titan of Crypto, the longer the Bitcoin consolidation takes, the higher its price will meet the trend line. And quoting Dan Crypto Trades, Bitcoin's previous cycle all-time highs tend to slow down price and make Bitcoin stall for some weeks. Now, there you have it. How do you feel? This will likely play out. holla at your boy. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, on the back of this post from Vivek, public companies, Block has 43 billion, MicroStrategy 20 billion, ETF issuers are BlackRock and Fidelity, the private companies Tether at 50 billion. They're now stacking sats like crazy as well. You know what I mean? And nation states, El Salvador, all buying millions to billions worth of Bitcoin every month. Are you paying attention? And it shows you the hot Faye, I don't know if they mean the hot phase here, but nonetheless, you can see each halving cycle where we go parabolic. So here's what Kaiser had to share regarding this post from Vivek. He wrote, these numbers are set to quad in 2024X. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe a quad is a 4X, right? 400% return. And quick shout out to Barek. I appreciate that. Super. So anyways, Max says 220,000 is in play. Stack harder. So there you go. Who slam harder? Bitcoin or Vince Carter? Bitcoin, just saying. So Barek says, had to pause the track and pick up my jaw when I heard the lyrics, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. Precisely, you're quoting Kendrick Lamar from the diss track. Multiple meanings just within that one bar. Next level disses, I am telling you, yo. I think we're all in agreement there. Jaw drop. Tell me you're not smiling when you're listening to those bars. It's pretty epic. Pretty epic. Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. Just saying. Don't mess with Kendrick. Don't forget Mr. 100. Can't forget Mr. 100. Good point. They now have over 60, 70,000 Bitcoins as well. What most TA folks miss in the fact the Bitcoin formed an enormous cup and handle pattern from November 2021. Darth says gross, precisely. Striking a chord and it's probably an A minor is considered pedophilia, if you know what I mean. Be right back. It should be, but I can't find the channel with that name. Bitcoin miner. Forget it where I saw it. Let me look at my history. Yeah, that's some crazy bars right there, yo. Crazy bars. Bitcoin over everything. That's right. Bitcoin's rules everything around me. Cream, get the biddies. $1 Million Bit Show. Don't make me play the jam. I may have to sample some of those Kendrick bars, though, for real. You know what I mean?
We got 2 spots, niggas got garbage down here. Word up. The coins rule everything around me. Cream gets the money.
$1 Million Bit Show. Yes, Plan B on YouTube. Plan B. Shout out to the Plan B creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow Model A. Yes, Bitcoin is the big homie, but you better Doge it. Doge it. Institutions, pensions, sovereign wealth funds haven't even begun buying, for they wait at least 90 days after launch of the ETFs, and tons of talks with the board and legal. 100% with you on that. GC LLC, 100K by July 1st. I hope we will idle in between 63.5 and 67.5 until the end of August. 100,000 until December is better for the 2025 cycle. Oh yeah, the channel's called Plan B. There you go, Data Biter. He does have a channel. Yes, he does. I know my son to listen to this. Yes, of course. I mean, we haven't had a real hip-hop battle like this in so long. I can't recall. The most notorious I can remember, pun intended there, was Biggie and Pac back in the day. Since then, this is probably the biggest battle, at least the most aggressive, right? Ain't no BS. Factoid. Yeah, yo. Mr. 100 just broke the rule and bought like 4,100 Bitcoin. Shout out, Mr. 100. You already know, yo. Stacking them sats on the low before we enter price discovery again. Mr. 100 is getting a little bullish. You would say that. 100% with you on that. Anyways, fam, next story of the day. Coinbase has another lawsuit. Yes, sir. Coinbase Crypto Exchange and its CEO, Mr. Armstrong, face a new class action lawsuit alleging investors were deceived into buying securities and claims the company's business model is illegal. That's right. The lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California in San Francisco represents plaintiffs Gerardo, Thomas, Edwin, Tiffany, Edward, Brett, from California and Florida alleging Coinbase's digital asset sales knowingly violated state security laws since the company's inception. The lawsuit claims that Solana, Polygon, Near Protocol, Decentraland, Algorand, Uniswap, Tezos, and Stellar are tokens which are securities. You can see the lawsuit draft here from the United States Northern District of Cali. And the complainants claim that Coinbase admitted it is a securities broker in its user agreement, making digital asset securities sold by the exchange as investment contracts or other securities. Also claim Coinbase Prime Brokerage is a securities broker. The plaintiffs seek full rescission, statutory damages under the state law, and injunctive relief through a jury trial. This lawsuit resembles another class action suit alleging consumer harm from Coinbase's sell of securities. Coinbase argued that secondary crypto asset sales didn't meet security transaction criteria and disputed the relevance of security regulations. This new lawsuit is distinct from Coinbase's highly publicized legal battle with the US SEC, which also questions whether tokens sold on Coinbase should be classified as securities. Coinbase has recently filed an interlocutory appeal in response to the judge's decision, allowing the case to proceed. Now, in an April 26 filing in the U.S. District Court of the Southern District in New York, John Deaton, the crypto lawyer currently running an election campaign to unseat Senator Elizabeth Warren, filed an amicus brief in support of a motion for interlocutory appeal on behalf of 4,700 Coinbase customers. Now, Coinbase reported a strong rebound in the first quarter of 2024, supported by an uptick in market performance and the launch of a spot Bitcoin ETF. The exchange posted $1.6 billion in total revenue and $1.2 billion in net income for the first quarter, achieving $1 billion in adjusted earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So there you go. Here's something I do know. The more wealthier a company becomes, the more lawsuits will follow, because when you have that type of wealth, you're going to have enemies. And those enemies may include those who lost money investing in those crypto so-called securities, right? So if anyone lost money, they have the right to sue them. This is the world we live in. So let me know your thoughts with this lawsuit. And do you think any of these tokens will be officially deemed securities by the U.S. regulators? I'd love to know your thoughts. Of course, KJam, this smells like securities. 100%.
Too many frauds and scams.
These clowns trying to take us down. What a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy.
Is it Armstrong's job to take the heat and file countersuits? I don't know. I think the countersuit is a lose-lose, in my opinion. You're going to sue the investors from the platform who lost money trading ish coins. I mean, biceps, Bix is the one someone Facebook said would lose 5 zeros and almost triple from there. I bought $100 in the case. His prediction, 82 cents by next year, says Bill. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. Bix, biceps, interesting. But if you have that kind of money, you can hire a guy. Yeah, of course. Obviously, the SEC has tons of lawyers. The best lawyers money can buy. Infinite lawyers, infinite access to cash. And then Coinbase, I would assume, similar. They're making so many billions of dollars worth of profit every quarter. They're going to have access to the greatest attorneys in the world. I guarantee you, Brian Armstrong ain't losing any sleep over no class action lawsuit. But it doesn't change the fact that lawsuits are very prevalent here in crypto, and they'll probably become more and more prevalent the more wealthy these companies become, the more, the crypto market becomes, etc. Oompa Loompa time? Is it that time already, Alan? Is it really that time? I think it is.
Oompa Loompa Doompa Doo.
Yes, U.S. regulators want everything to be under their purview. In other words, they want securities. Yes, facts. Of course, the SEC wants to deem everything a security, minus Bitcoin, which already got the clarity, because they want to basically be able to enforce it. Whereas if it's deemed a commodity, I believe it's the CFTC who would be in charge of it, right? Looking over it. But here I hear it's tearing his hair out. You talking about Mr. Armstrong who has no hair, or are we talking about Gensler who has no hair?
I've got another halving for you. Oompa Loompa body D. Less mining rewards, more scarcity.
The SEC drives retail completely into the arms of the memes. I assume 25% of the memes at the end of the cycle. You're probably right, Steven. Crypto represents the most volatile asset class ever. If you don't have the stomach for projectile vomit producing roller coasters, you're not tall enough to... Pretty much. Gensler has scales, but his human suit covers them up. Did you see that close-up of Janet Yellen looking like a rodent? She has these white whiskers on her chin, like a lot of them. I think it was you, K-Jam, who shared that with me. It's pretty gross. They had a close-up of Miss Yellen, Miss Binance, and you just saw all these white whiskers like a rat. You know what I mean? Big tune off the chain. Get out of alts and memes and into the biddies, says Charles, tearing his hair out. Probably. Great point, JV. Shiat coin bag holders are going to need to hire Shiat coin bounty hunters. Exactly, Molly. Why doesn't she take care of that? She don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. Yeah, she needs to take care of that, right, K-Jam? Shout out, Trini. Good to see you. What up, Mr. Bitcoin Hunter? FGG, Mr. Gensler. Amen to that. Hashtag FGG. Janet can grow a fuller goatee than JV. I know, it's alarming. It makes me look bad. Making me look bad, Miss Yellen. Making me look bad. My daughter did a projectile vomit on a couple on the cruise. She was feeling sick. Oh, that sucks. Like a rat. Yeah, you rat bastard. Miss Yellen, my memes will pay for the biddies. Yellen is disgusting on many levels. I agree. Yeah, man, it's wild. They had to clean their legs. Keep the comments flowing, y'all. I love it. But anyways, next story of the day, let's discuss this 100,000 target, shall we? Headline reads, here's the next price target for Bitcoin as Bitcoin repeats the previous bull market pattern. So here we go. Pseudonymous analyst Tech Dev shares with his 500,000 followers on X a chart which compares the Bitcoin current market cycle to that of the 2020-2021 cycle using Elliott wave theory, which traditionally suggests an asset goes through bullish impulses in 5 main waves. Tech Dev speculates the Bitcoin is going through a final bullish move that will take it near the 6-figure range later this year. The impulsive structure of the last 1.5 years says $90,000 to $100,000 is next. BTC, 100 G's. Can you say 6 figures? Send it. Based on the chart, you can see here, Tech Dev also suggesting the Bitcoin's RSI, which is a widely used momentum indicator, has cooled off, foreshadowing one more big upside move for the king. The analyst recently predicted the Bitcoin would rally by over 120%, similar to what happened in late 2020 when Bitcoin surged from around 13,000 to over 29,000 in just 2 months. Quoting the analyst here, Bitcoin's 2-month candle is right on the candle body high. Soon after, max compression, a relative strength index is about to break 70. And as these have been the conditions which led to the last 3 parabolic accelerations, I suspect this next 2-month candle will be as tall as November 2020. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. And can you see an incoming $90,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin price? Holla at your boy. Bitcoin to 100,000 by the end of July, says Greg. Jennifer not laughing at the child being sick. Bobby says 5 free Bitcoins or 3 minutes with Kathy Wood's toes and some peanut butter. Make sure I'm reading that right. Peanut butter freestyle. Bobby, I'm going to answer that on behalf of the broskies. Everyone would take the 5 Bitcoin over 3 minutes with Kathy Wood's toes and peanut butter. Now, if I am wrong, correct me, but I'm going to speak on behalf of all the broskies here that you would all choose 5 Bitcoins over Kathy Wood's toes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Beat the heat, buy the biddies. We all know where Bitcoin is going. It is the only thing Bitcoin knows. 5 Bitcoin, please. Barek. He didn't choose the toes. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just waiting for more comments now with that one. You guys got to answer this for me. I'm taking the toes. Wow. Wow. Taking the toes over the 5 biddies. Interesting. Bitcoin over toes. If you choose 5 Bitcoins, put a 1 in the chat. Yes. 1 equals the 5 Bitcoin. 0 equals the toes. Can I get 1 minute of toes and 4 Bitcoin? Some rich guys would take the toes for sure. Hazy. She will give you more than 5 Bitcoin for them toes. Bitcoin will double after the halving, 120,000 by the end. Agree, JV, 5 Bitcoin, toes over hose. Oh my God. You must not know she would be paying my 5 Bitcoin for my time. 5 biddies. You're definitely not wrong, but who knows what Kathy would give you in return. Wink, wink. Wow, this conversation is deep. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Would any of the women choose the toes over the 5 Bitcoin? Yuck. Ew. 1. Kind of split it up. Send the biddies. Oh my God. I know. Why do we put Kathy through this every episode, for Christ's sake? The broskies, you guys are on another level. I think it was Bobby Digi who started this. Greetings to all, and accept the feet fetishists of Kathy, says Stress Free. This is why this is the best live show on YouTube. Thank you, Barek. Toes over hose. Good Lord. She should walk my cat. 1, 1, 1, 0 zeros. That's good. There ain't no toes worth 5 Bitcoin. Why can't we have our toes and biddies too? Right? You guys are hilarious, show. You got me cracking up today, yo. This is a Sunday, for Christ's sake. Why are we having this conversation?
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best?
There is no second best. Jennifer Love Hewitt's toes might be worth 5 biddies. Yeah, if you said like Salma Hayek or, you know what I mean, someone different, we'd consider it. My wifey loves to eat my toes, guys, just saying. Oh my God. Too much information, K-Jam. 5 Bitcoin and toeless peanut butter. Here's what you would do. If you still have like the toe fetish, you take the 5 Bitcoin. Those 5 Bitcoin will eventually be worth $5 million. You can go anywhere in the world. And for example, you can go to Thailand and you can pay probably $5 and fulfill your wildest desires. Just saying, family. We know who JV has the hots for. Yeah, as a child, it was definitely Salma Hayek. Yeah, I think it was From Dusk Till Dawn, that scene. You know what I mean? Just saying. For 0.02 Bitcoin, you have the bath with Jerome Powell or spend the night with Janet Yellen. Ugh. You couldn't pay me all the Bitcoin in the world to sleep with Janet Yellen. I'm just saying, guys. Was 1 for Bitcoin? I forgot. Yes, 1 is for Bitcoin, 0 for the toes. Tulips is better than 1. Tulips. How much is that? 318,000 is 5 Bitcoin. Not too shabby. Kathy would be running on stubs after I was done, Bobby. Oh my God. So if you had toes with jam, would you need to use toe jam? That's a legit question. Bitcoin to the moon, 70,000 guys listed. Word. I want the biddies. I will throw the foot job. Oh my God. Are we really talking about? Oh my God. Free for 30 seconds. She will cook me dinner also. Salma Hayek. I mean, Salma is one of the best looking older women who have maintained her beauty. I don't know how legit they are, but I've seen her recent photos. I'm like, no way. Like 20, 30 years ago, she looked just as good. I'm just saying. I just threw up in my mouth. Yuck. Sorry, ladies. Sometimes the broskies are on a whole different level. It's hard to keep up. What's going on here? Erico, I honestly don't know anymore. Once we start talking about, I'm not even going to mention it because it's a family show. So come on, guys. CNA fam, you loving it, Tough T? Good stuff. Let's keep it moving. Next story of the day. Let's discuss the latest with JPMorgan Chase getting almost a $500 million fine for failing to monitor billions of transactions on banks' global trading venues. Add this to the multiple billions of dollars in fines they have paid over the years. I mean, mind-boggling. Here you go. JPMorgan Chase will pay a total of $448 billion. What the Am I reading this wrong? Is this number not million? That's not billion. That says 448 million. There's no way they're paying 448 billion. I think this is a typo. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this number is definitely million. There's only 2 commas. There's 6 zeros. I know for a fact this number says 448 million, almost a half a billion. But I think the error is right here where they're claiming 448 billion. I don't think they're worth that much. So obviously this must be an error. And they also doubled down on the error here, 348 billion. So I'm going to stick with my intuition telling me 448 million, family. You know what I mean? But anyways, in a filing with the US SEC, the banking giant says it made a deal with the unnamed US regulator that will add an additional 100 billion in penalties. I think they mean 100 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no way they can be paying hundreds of billions worth of penalties, family, to the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, which is ultimately the Fed. In March, the 2 regulatory agencies accused JPMorgan of engaging in unsafe or unsound banking practices, saying the lender's corporate and investment bank division had significant gaps in its trade surveillance program. According to the OCC, the bank failed to properly monitor the actions of its traders and clients to detect potential market misconduct on billions of trading activities on at least 30 global trading venues. Now the banking giant says it's paying an additional 100 million after offsets for the amounts paid to the OCC and FRB to another US regulator to settle a separate enforcement action involving the same issue. Now, while JPMorgan does not name the third regulator involved, the firm says it self-identified that certain trading and the order data at its corporate and investment bank was not feeding into its trade surveillance platform. The firm says it now determined to continuously enhance the reliability of its trade infrastructure and maintain rigorous controls. Data from the Violation Tracker, a comprehensive corporate misconduct database, shows JPMorgan paid nearly $40 billion. Whoa, since 2000 to resolve 277 enforcement actions and lawsuits involving toxic securities abuses, banking violations, investor protection violations, and other offenses. Now, you know how I feel about JPMorgan. The New York-based bank has made $50 billion in net income last year. So what's a $100 million fine when they're banking $50 billion frickin' dollars per year? But don't let me go off here on Jamie Dimon, CEO, you know what I mean? Jamie Dimon, the CEO, JPMorgan Chase.
Bitcoin, etc.
Because you already know how I feel about this dude.
You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance.
The number is million, but they are using the word billion in the writing of the article. That's what I assumed, KJM. Thank you. They are fining now in Zimbabwe dollars. What? Bottom line, they throw better people in jail for much less. Why does JPMorgan get fines and other people get jail time? I think Jamie Dimon needs to be held accountable. What do you say?
Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering.
Just the cost of business for JPM. I know, again, if you were making $50 billion a year, oh my God, I got to pay a few $100 million fine to stay out of jail, but we can continue our illegal banking, you know what I mean? Whatever we call it, cartel. JPMorgan has been involved in $3 trillion in illicit transactions since 2020. That means this Jamie Dimon has some balls.
Tax avoidance.
The largest corporate fine at the time. Tell them. Love that song. Me too, Molly. Definitely my jammy jam. Someone blew the whistle, 50 billion. I'll take 10% of that. Thank you. Someone on that website either needs to go back to math or English. Wow. For real.
$13 billion. That's billion. We're selling that securitized mortgage.
It's going up forever, Laura.
Ruining people's lives. Taking their whole.
Banks should be fined for single-handedly making the Forex markets move however they want, whenever they want, robbing the retail traders. Preach. Bribes. Facts. Yeah, and they'd probably be able to write it off somehow, right? Less taxes for JPMorgan.
Criminals, drug traffickers.
You really want to show him who's boss? If anyone is banking with them, they're the largest bank in the States. Remove all of your funds from their bank. Borrow as much money as you can from them and buy Bitcoin. And let's talk.
Anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, criminals.
And even us thought about doing even a microscopic portion of what they do, we'd be under the jail. That's right. We need to audit JPMorgan Chase. We need to audit the Fed. Do you know the Bitcoin blockchain gets audited every 10 minutes? Why don't we audit them?
Drug traffickers, anti-money laundering.
We can be happy JP did not step into BTC, as Bitcoin is not for criminals. Tell him, Steven.
Tax avoidance.
You say you didn't know. Okay, bro. And don't pay JPMorgan Chase back, says K-Jam. We weren't talking about JPM fines, Laura. All the bank fine comments.
Bro, you were the CEO. Come on, look in the mirror.
Traffickers.
You were the Gilligan's Island banker. I had to switch it up for the tube. I sold the stock and bought the Bitcoin about 2 years ago. Bingo. Oh, man. I remember I was just bragging about a beautiful day, no rain. It's pouring out now. Welcome to Puerto Rico. Nipsey, what's poppin', little one? You got a signal for us? Do we have anything on the Nippinator indicator? Let me know. We need to audit the Fed first, then the banks. Amen to that. Most of my JPM comments auto-deleted from the stream. Sad. They protect the banksters, apparently.
Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money.
But you already know, guys. Let's dive into our next story of the day. Discuss a little parabolic Bitcoin price action. Then we'll dive into a 300,000 Bitcoin price target. We'll keep an eye on the Nippinator indicator, and then we'll dive into some live Q&A. This headline reads 6 to 12 months of parabolic advance on the horizon. For Bitcoin, according to the on-chain analyst, we're talking about checkmate. That's right. He tells his followers on X that based on the previous cycles, Bitcoin is most likely in for about 6 months of chopsolidation, or a choppy period of consolidation with no real trend shift. After 6 months, checkmate says the 6 months to a year's worth of parabolic moves could be in store based on historical precedents. Quoting him here, Bitcoin history tends to rhyme, and thus far this cycle is no different. The song sung during the last two cycle paints around 6 months of chopsolidation ahead of us, followed by 6 to 12 months of parabolic advance, as outlined right here. Now, while some are speculating the Bitcoin bull run may have already seen it top, I don't think that. Who would think we topped out just because we barely broke the previous all-time high, for Christ's sake? But anyways, here's what he shared. If we measure from the cycle high, we see the same chorus. Establishing a bull market top here would no question be a major break from the Bitcoin norm. It could for sure happen, but we must dig deeper to investigate. April so far has seen prices drop by over $8,000 month over month. I'm expecting text messages from the sidelines saying, hey man, what's up with Bitcoin? It's down a lot. I hope you sold it. I mean, if you have anyone in your circle you think is going to message you that, I'd block them now. Just saying. Checkmate isolates every year. And when a Bitcoin halving takes place and notes that corrections like the one Bitcoin had since March are par per the course. The analyst also notes that the end of the halving years tend to be quite bullish for the king. Quoting him again, if we isolate Bitcoin halving years, 2012, 2016, 2020, and 2024, we can see month-over-month performance via the table and chart. Month-over-month corrections of this magnitude are the norm, not the exception. And the end of the year is usually pretty powerful as per first charts. In fact, we have been seeing a lot of price action movement in the beginning first quarters of the year, just like we saw this year. Remember February, we gained $20,000 in a single month. And last year, it was off the back of the regional banking crisis, but we also got out of the depths of hell as far as price action is concerned, as a result, also in the first quarter. So let me know your thoughts with some of these predictions as we continue to pump it up. As you can see, let's go. I can handle a few more months of consolidation, but I would really like to see 6 digits this year. I need to pay some of those loans and some of those bills, says data. 6 digits are nearly approaching. Hey, someone say 6 digits. I'm saying 7 digits. Checkmate about to get his king knocked over. For real. Love the chess references here. Keep it chess 100. Anyone here also playing chess? Let me know. I was playing some games earlier before I went live over on Lee Chess. my favorite app for playing the chess. Just saying. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this, some of these predictions here before we dive into our feature story.
Pump it up. Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit,
You just ate like King Kong. Ditto, says Ian Pack. Hodler here. Shout out to the Hodl gang. Hodl gang. Hodl gang. You're the best. The bestest from the westest. The rain doesn't stop. JV is great. Yeah, yo. The rain doesn't stop me, that's for sure. I don't think anything can stop me. I'm all the way up, if you know what I mean. The more someone tries to stop JV, the stronger I become. The resistance is real. I channel that energy. Always playing chess while the fiat savers are playing Chutes and Ladders. Wow, I haven't played that one since a kid. Chutes and Ladders. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I play Connect 4. You still playing Connect 4, big dog? Good Lord. I'm still playing tic-tac-toe. Someone say toe? Oh boy. When I tell people I'm all into Bitcoin, first they say I'm crazy, then 1 week later they start to buy. Amen to that, Ishmael. The micro doses don't stop the fun from a good time. Amen. I played thousands of games of chess between 92 and 2014. That's what's up. I've played tens of thousands of games of chess in the last 3-4 years. I have my apps to back up that claim between chess.com and Lichess. I think I got like 4,000 or 5,000 games on Lichess, probably like 15,000, 20,000 games on chess.com. Please don't tempt fate. Sealess, I know. Just learning checkers. Checkers so boring. We have, what are those? Cicadas screaming outside? Kikatas? Are those birds? No, don't say toe or bathwater. Those are the trigger words for the broskies. You're right, Jennifer. Tic-tac, Hayek toes. I can say some stuff. I'm going to resist. Scrabble is the best game. Scrabble is fun. Got to run. Left hook, that like on your way out. Pop. Thank you. Canelo, that hook. Should I still be accumulating? I stopped on the recent rip. Never stop, Mr. White. You should know better. I like playing cribbage. What's cribbage? I'm not familiar with that. JV OMG. Bruh. Cicadas. 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 I got it. Life is a game. I do recall that game. I actually have the Mario version. I got my daughter for Christmas. We played. Hello, new week. Let's see the new prices. Backgammon. Now that's what's up. A lot of the old school chess sets had backgammon as a part of it. I like playing with girls in the pool. What are you, Drake? Oh, no, my bad. You didn't say young. Sorry, Stress Free. No Diddy. Lead jab. On the way. Canelo is the man. Yeah, Canelo always making it look easy. How to DCA when the fees are so high? Well, it's irrelevant what the fees are. You still need the biddies. Cicadas. 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 Is that a bird? That's my question. Janet wasn't that bad like 40 years ago. Just, no, come on now. Guaranteed she was bad always. Card game, JV. It's fun. Oh, okay. I don't think I played that one. I think the gals are secretly amused, and hopefully they know we're kidding. Anyways, I chose Bitcoins over the toe. There is always a way to lick any problem. See what I did there? I don't know. I tweaked my back. Tweaked? What do you mean? Need help? I'm calling JPMorgan. I tweaked my back. What does that mean? You tweaked your back. Bugs. Oh, are they cicadas or bugs? Good to know. You learn something new every day, as they say. Anyways, family, now for our featured story of the day. Crypto analyst unveils massive Bitcoin price target of almost 300,000 per coin. It says Bitcoin flashing bullish chart pattern. I'm going to be breaking down his outlook right here, live and in the flesh. Welcome y'all just joining the stream. Greatly appreciate y'all's support. Church is in session. Take it away. The widely followed crypto strategist believes the Bitcoin can skyrocket over 337% based on a classical chart pattern. Send it. So we're talking about Big Cheds. He shares with his 330,000 followers on X. Bitcoin appears to be forming a cup and handle pattern on the weekly chart. Now, Ched says that based on classical charting rules, Bitcoin can soar close to 300,000 per coin in about 2 years. Quoting him here alongside the chart, Bitcoin visual of a bull thesis. Measured move for a weekly cup and handle would be roughly $280,000 biddy, likely sometime in mid-2026, is outlined right here in the chart. The trader highlights that the price target and the timeline go against the two widely held views on Bitcoin's market cycle. One is that the Bitcoin bull market will likely end in 2025 based on the 4-year cycle, and the other one involves a theory that Bitcoin is witnessing diminishing returns each cycle. But in the meantime, Cheds implies the Bitcoin may have already seen the bottom of its latest correction after reclaiming 61.5. So he's ultimately saying that recent dip we just witnessed of 56.5 was the bottom. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. Quoting him here, Bitcoin decent volume cluster building on the 4-hour chart, flip 61.5, and it gets interesting. Now we all know the 4-hour chart is JV's favorite. I cannot wait until our next pump watch when we re-enter price discovery mode. We'll be scoping out that 4-hour chart, as you can see here. Looking at the chart, he suggests the Bitcoin looks bullish following a fake out to the downside. The chart also shows diagonal resistance at around 63,500, roughly where we're currently at. And at this time, we're trading between 63.5 and 64,000. So let me know your thoughts. Do you agree or disagree with Big Cheds that we may not see the cycle peak until 2026, something we have never witnessed in previous cycles? For example, 2012, 2016, and 2020, we always witness the cycle peak the year preceding the halving. And then this time, for the first time in Bitcoin history, for this cycle, 2024, just recently, mid-March, we broke the all-time high prior to the halving for the first time in Bitcoin history. Does that make the 4-year cyclical cycle, no longer in effect? Does that mean things can change? Does that mean we can have a longer bull run? Does that mean we may have a shorter bull run? Some anticipating hitting the all-time high this cycle this year. Some are saying next year if things tend to rhyme like previous cycles. And now we have analysts saying, hey, we're going to have a longer than anticipated bull cycle. We may not peak out and hit 280, 300,000 until 2026. We also have Giga Chad Mike Saylor, the one and only. He says we may see a 10-year bull run. Things are different for this landscape. So I want to know your thoughts. When will we likely hit the cycle peak? When 6 figures? Can you see 300K occurring for the King Crypto? And if so, by what year? If you were to guess, let me know. I personally feel we can easily hit 6 figures this year. That just means 100,000 or more. I think we hit multiple 6 figures for the cycle peak. And I'm still in the camp that we don't hit that cycle peak until next year, right? Maybe Q3, potentially Q2, if not Q4. However, I'm also open to entertaining the idea that the bull run lasts even longer. And maybe we don't hit the height in 2025. Maybe Sheds is right. Maybe it will be 2026. Or what if the Giga Chad is right? And what if we're just on a 10-year bull run, right? Unlike we've ever seen before in previous cycles. What would happen then? Let me know your thoughts, family. I want to know where you feel the Bitcoin price will likely be as a result, and I'll read your comments out loud. So, Barek says 300,000 this year. I'm feeling it, big dog. Let's go. Was the Matrix messing around? Is when the Matrix never messing around? My chickens love the cicadas. They would eat them. Oh, wow. Let's all place one social media message about Bitcoin this week. If you could help JV and help CNA, Crypto News Alerts, retweet the daily tweet I sharing the stream. I do 2 tweets per day. Post, no longer tweets, no longer Twitter, right? But I do 2 posts per day. If you guys can retweet them, it will only help get more eyeballs on the stream and is greatly appreciated. I saw a study that says there is psilocybin in caqueras. Nice. Psilocybin? Yes, please. 10-year gold rush. Digital gold rush. 2 years. Us old people ain't got 2 years. I need it now. Holding my breath. You got to have patience, Thomas. Hold in there, brother. I saw a 100-year-old running a marathon the other day. 100 years old. I saw a Mr. Beast video. 100-year-old contestant. 100 years old. Right? So don't underestimate your lifespan, broski. I just tried a couple. I prefer the white wine and some sweet and sour sauce. Word. Done JV. eBank. What up? Pump it up. Retweet. Thank you, KJam. Appreciate it. Bitcoin will end this year at 86,000 euros max. How many US dollars is 86,000 euros? Man versus machine? Let me know. Chardonnay, eh? I'll eat the caqueras, but I'll stick with the mushies. Yeah, mushies for psilocybin all day. Cicadas, JV, not cicadas. Tatas? I don't know. Thank you. Cicadas. Cicadas. Don't tell me about the stuff I don't need to know. I used to love figs till a few weeks ago when I learned about how they are started. Oh, don't turn me off on figs. I got a whole bag of figs downstairs in the fridge, yo, from Costco. I love figs. You're going to tell me something negative about figs now and ruin my whole week? Please don't. Bitcoin needs patience, my friends. 10-year bull run, 250,000, mid-2025. Cicada. How's that sound? Cicada. Cicada, 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 cicada. Bearish, 120,000. Bullish, 200 G's, baby. Disco music helps. You need some disco? I got you. At 100 years old, you're basically trying to make as much money for your family to enjoy. I would disagree. I'd say usually at 100 years old, you're just trying to stay alive. I don't think you're trying to make all that money at that age, but hey, to each their own. Figs are tasty and good for you. That's all I will say, but don't look into their life cycle. I'm not going to data. Old people eat figs because they are good for you. Well, good for your digestion. They're also delicious. My grandfather, rest in peace, we call him Poppy when I was younger. He had a fig tree, and the most delicious fruit was fresh figs off the tree. Delicious. 110,000 max, man versus machine. By what year, broski? The cicadas are a super family of insects in the order of the bugs. They are the suborder something, along with a smaller jumping bug. Good to note. 10-year-old digital rush by the biddies. I'm going to just say that dried fruit, way too much sugar, especially figs. Fair play. Fam is dead. What fam? At that age. Typically, yeah, most people don't last 100 years. I'm just saying people can last that long if you take care of your health and put your health first, you know what I mean? Staying alive, staying alive. Oh, oh, oh.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump.
Well, I heard Janet Yellen's 190 years old. Is that accurate? Those whiskers, they just looked 190 years old. At 100 years old, it is still about hookers and blow. Was it ever about that? I won't tell you about the fig's life cycle, JV. Please don't, Jennifer. Thank you. They are a Spanish name for the bugs that make the noise in the trees. Oh, okay. Bugs have less sugar. Oh, boy. I saw Humble with all the big boys coming on board. Bitcoin should show us 500 G's. I love boiled eggs, avocados, berries, and yogurt for breakfast. That's my type of food right there, Molly. My rating is a 1900 JV. Good Lord, you would destroy me. If your rating is a 1900, you will destroy me. My rating is like, when I'm playing really good, like 1600. I think my puzzle rating is a 1900, but my actual blitz rating is probably like 1500 right now. So I would get smoked by OZ rods in a live game. My neighbor has a tree, and I have an unlimited supply. Hopefully I can forget. The crows would eat the fig off the tree and call it their bubbies. Bubbies. Boobies? I am a Janet Yellen, some JP Morphine. Her beard's weird. I know. It's just doesn't look right on her. Say eat Chinese foods. She eats Chinese foods. I hardly ever play chess, but I like it. I think I would get smoked. Yeah, if you don't play, you would probably get smoked. My great uncle was still riding a pedal bike around the streets of London in 2005 at 102. That's what's up. I learned that you can bake eggs in a toaster oven. Baked eggs. Interesting. That is good to note. My Janet, don't tell Janet. I called her another name. She's my sugar mama. There you go. Janet Sugar Mama Miss Banance Yellen, her new name. And my chickens also like to eat my figs. Oh, word? It's tough out there, says Steve. It's a tough world, Joe. Bugs have less sugar, but they probably have chocolate-covered bugs. Ew. Crows are hella smart. I love watching the Botez sisters play chess on YouTube. Oh, word. I don't know who the Botez sisters are, but I do watch a few of the chess YouTubers. Yellen needs to square herself up. I know. Need to send her a tweezer. Yellen needs to grow it long and braid it. Yeah, pull a Pai Mei. You remember Pai Mei from Kill Bill? That's Janet for you. Banance. He was born before man had first powered flight and saw the first man on the moon. Allegedly. His name was Jimmy Bennett. Well, much respect to your grandfather. Hard boil in a pressure cooker. Never been able to eat figs after the poisoned ones in Indiana Jones. Did they poison his figs? I don't even remember. Jesus, why so much negative talk of figs? There's so much to unpack in today's chat. I know. Where do we start? Good morning, Melbourne, Australia. Figs contain, oh boy, here we go. Something. These begin life as larvae, and the adult something splits the skin and files out of the fig and finds another cultivated fig, saving it from dropping. That's deep. Chocolate-covered scorpions are pretty good. Crunchy. You pick the legs out of your teeth. Now, that's a very popular delicacy in China. They would chocolate cover virtually all the insects. I don't even know if a frickin' scorpion is an insect, but whatever it is, a critter. They love them chocolate-covered critters. The dates were poison, not figs. There you go. Church is in session. Farmers help by scattering dust from the male onto the female. Too much info, yo. Love when JV says, Banance? Thank you, Molly. Sure is. Tried to the monkey, got poison. Sure is. Thank you, Adam. There are anti-fig people in the chat, apparently. Greetings from Holland. Greetings, Barry. There are your figs, JV, apparently. Just sticking to chocolate-covered peanut butter. You guys. I won't eat the bugs, no matter what you cover them with. Good for you, Barek. You got to have your solid grounds to stand on. You're right, dates. Yeah, don't twist the dates with the figs. Too different. Different ball game we're talking about. This is a cheese in Italy where they let the eggs be laid by flies, so you're eating maggots. It's supposed to be thrilling to the tongue. Thrilling to the tongue, eh? Scorpions are related to spiders and not really insects. I remember having scorpions in my shoes when I lived in Costa Rica on the beach. Yeah. Like one day, there's a scorpion in my shoe. And then they would always somehow get through the sliding glass door. I don't know how. So I've seen enough live scorpions in my life to freak out. Would you rather have a date or a date? I would lick both of these problems. I wonder how Janet Yellen says bananas. Bananas? I'm going to guess bananas? Almost sounds like the PENIS word, but she says she stretches it out. I like figs. Me too, Silas. The figs are fine. Enjoy your figs. Thank you, Charles. Let's smoke some weed live, please. I can make that happen, man versus machine. I can definitely make it happen. Captain. JV, you know who Sydney Sweeney is? Boobish on that token. I don't know who Sydney Sweeney is. Claudio's ate the poisoned figs. That's not good. Figs are made from bugs. They're made from bugs? Banance. All right, enough of the fig talk, broskies. You can go back to the bathwater or toe talk. You can destroy my passion for figs live on stream. It's unacceptable. It's bad enough. I have limited options. I'm vegetarian, for Christ's sake. That's it. Rumble seat. I think it's time to rumble too. Thomas, oh my God. We have lost 64,000. I am stepping back out onto the ledge. Don't jump, Thomas. We're here for you, broski. Lavender, stop scorpions coming in the house. Well, too late now, bro. Figs are fine. Thank you. On the Rumble stream, man versus machine. Figs are the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. I know all about that life. Laser Edits, ARU. What does that stand for? Is that the new meme coin of the day? Let me know, broskies.
I grew up on the grind side, the USB ad side, counting my ones was no job.
Thank JV and the mods. You rock. Shout out Ellen Todd. We appreciate you. Don't freak out. Zoom out. I wish I would step back from the ledge, my friend. Yeah, stay back from the ledge. OMG. I can't stop laughing. Thank you, JV. You're very welcome, Molly. Do you ever have a meat craving? No, not at all.
Got a second chance. I heard about Bitcoins, man. So move my funds to Cyberland. This new money protocol the world just can't refuse. Will set loose.
When in doubt, you buy more biddies. Precisely. Biddies over, you fill in the blank. Dates and figs are two completely different fruits. Figs are inverted flower, and dates are the fruit of the date palm. Thank you, James. Man, that was short. What are we referring to? Take a look at the meowing coin. The mewing coin. Any relation to Patrick Ewing? Mewing? I don't know. What if you smell BBQ, JB? Still meat drools? Nah, it's all good. I don't have any desire to eat meat. I think of a dead animal. I think of like Nipsey or something. I just think of an animal dead. So my mind doesn't differentiate the fact it's food. I just think of a dead animal, and I feel bad for eating it. So I just can't. My conscience doesn't allow me. I've been that way since 16. Is what it is, yo. But to each their own. If you like meat, so be it. I don't judge.
Just steak like King Kong. More than 5 shots in your stack and get it on.
No, I don't eat burgers. I don't eat steak. I don't eat chicken. I eat fruits and figs. I'm crying live on stream. I guess JV only listens to rap. He didn't catch the music reference. I guess I didn't catch the reference. And yes, I only listen to rap. Biddies over shitty coins. There you go. Bring facts. Keep it real. Plants feel. I know. I hear that. I've heard that argument a million times. You killed the lettuce? How dare you kill the spinach? They have feelings too, you know. Okay. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Rumble, I think it's that time. I think this conversation is getting out of hand. Let's go to Rumble. So, fam, if you're new to the channel, we stream live on both YouTube and Rumble. YouTube stream is about to end. We're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod over on Rumble. And Kendrick, 100% over Drake. Kendrick just murdered Drake. Literally murdered him on the last diss track. I doubt Drake has any comeback after that. He's just going to go into hiding. That's the state of the hip-hop world right now. But anyways, let's continue this conversation over on Rumble. And let's get ready to rumble, shall we?
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset. You agree?
Agree.
And there is no second best asset.